Welcome to another episode of Indieventure, the indie games podcast all about the wonderful world of indie games. I'm Rachel Watts and I'm joined today with my two co-hosts, Rebecca Jones.
Hello.
And Liam Richardson.
Hi.
In that order. I feel like whenever one of us hosts, it always has to be in a certain order, and when it's not, I don't feel good. It's like putting your shoes on the wrong feet. I feel like affronted.
What?
By that.
This is what happened last episode, right? When Rebecca introduced me first, and I was like,
yeah.
You've ruined my day. I'm thrown off. I'm discombobulated. I need to lie down. I can't cope with
it. I hope that I listened to that one again the other day, and I realised that I explained at some length the thought process that went into the order that I introduced people in every time, which was...
See, I liked that thought process, and then I re-listened. I was like, no, I've decided that actually I don't.
We all do it slightly differently, but it is like I always say Rebecca Jones and Rachel Watts.
I always say
Rebecca Jones
Rebecca
and Liam
Liam.
Richardson.
Oh, I feel like I'm getting overrepresented here in the going first. It is.
I think it's the right way of doing it. I think men.
Yeah, it just sounds
second
right. Sounds right. But yeah, this episode we are going to be chatting about what we've been playing this autumn, as we've got a nice bundle of games, and just so you know what's coming up before the end of the year is like approaching. We've got Game of the Year, obviously that'll be the last one of the year, and we've got what was the other one? Games. Why have I just forgotten? We got Game of the Year, and
it's sort of more of a roundup of the year as well. I think we're going to do before Game of the Year.
Yeah, so a roundup of the year, a look back, and then ultimate Indieventure Game of the Year, and who knows if we'll overlap or not. I think we might not this year again.
I don't know.
Well, it'll be the thing of like two of us will like a game, and then the other person will get blacklisted from the PR list. Joke.
I don't think we're going to get a 3. I don't think we're going to get a clear winner this year. But
yeah, it's kind of reaching the end of October right now. So do you guys, how is your top 5-ish looking? Are you kind of locked in? Is it still a bit nebulous? Like what games are like, without saying too much maybe, are like locked into your top 5? I know one of Rebecca's.
You definitely know some of mine.
A certain blue member of royalty.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like...
Imagine if you said no. Imagine if you're like, I don't know. Think so.
I've gone off it, really. I think I've got 3. I've got 3 that are pretty definitely going to be in there, and the other 2, because I assume we'll do 5 again. We'd usually do 5 each. So, yeah. Are still a bit more nebulous, still a bit more to be seen. I'm hoping because, so we have... I want to acknowledge up front that we've skipped an episode just because of life stuff meant that we couldn't get together to record one.
Yes.
Sorry, everyone, I'm getting married.
And we're all going.
Congratulations to Liam.
They're having to travel 8 days to get to Newcastle to see me get married.
Yeah, it's been a weird intersection of like life stuff for everyone, and I had a family emergency the only day that we could record for the last episode, so we had to skip one. My apologies. But it does mean that with the longer breaks between things, I've got some chances to actually play some of the games that I'm like, that probably could make my Game of the Year list if I can find time to play it. So
yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to that. Well, you're on your honeymoon, obviously. And then I got to make some decisions, which I hate. Got to make decisions.
Yeah, Rebecca's decision of, I have to whittle down these 50 games to 5. Well, 3, because your top 3 already kind of locked in, so 2.
3 kind of locked in. Yeah, definitely.
And how about you, Liam, then?
Yeah. I feel I'll be curious to see what you two think about this as well. I think it's an easier year for me in terms of like my 5 feels rock solid and has done since like June. So
really?
Whereas last year I was a bit like,
yes.
I don't know what my last 3 are going to be. Like the first 2 I felt like I got, I felt really confident about. But this year it's almost like something has to be really good to knock one of the 5 out.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, I think.
You are?
For sure. Yeah, with the 3, obviously, like, I mean, I've got more slots to play with still, but it is like, I've known, and I don't feel like I knew last year, except with Thank Goodness You're Here. I don't feel like any of them were like 100% solid picks till quite near the end.
But how do you feel about that, Rachel? Because last year you were like, I think you had a better year than we did in terms of like.
I think Rachel definitely did. You had
games.
so many like.
Yeah,
but
I was thinking about this year as well. I think more of my favorite games have come out last year. This year's still been pretty solid for me, but one is Concrete. I'm sure it's one me and Rebecca share. But apart from that, I don't know. I'll have to have a think. But unlike last year, where I think by May, so similar to you this year, Liam, I was just like, at least 3 of mine are locked in. Like, absolutely, no going back.
Yeah.
But I don't know this year. So actually, what is interesting, that this year, a DLC might make it into my top 5. Which will be
that's
really interesting. Because I've been enjoying Case of the Golden Idol so much. And the DLC has just been... The extra cases have just been so incredible. They're some of the best gaming experiences I've had this year, so potentially that could be in there. So that'll be fun.
I heard someone just say that basically Colour Grey have like stealth released an entire sequel in how like jam-packed and high quality those DLCs have been this year.
Yeah, so they are incredible.
I can see why you might put it in. That'd be interesting if you put the DLCs in. That'd be
Have
cool.
to work out how to navigate that, because obviously they're not full games, but at the same time, does it feel like a full game? Ooh.
I had an idea for that actually. If you want to hear it, because I was thinking about something, which is I was considering doing a rogue 6th pick and doing like a miscongeniality thing, where it's like something I wouldn't normally say was like, you know, like legit top 5, but something that I've been like had a lot of fun with this year, because I did Supermarket Simulator last year, right? And I stand by that, but it felt weird with the other picks, and like I was trying to think how I would reconcile that if I did it again this year, and it was in like that way of doing like miscongeniality, not like, you know.
So you have the 5, and we talk about the 5, but in terms of like, this is my heart pick, this is my I like a miscongeniality. Okay.
Yeah. I like that you put Supermarket Simulator in your list though, because I like that we put our heart picks in. Like, no, these are our games. Like,
I mean, I don't regret doing it that way, because I really did like have so much fun with that game last year. But it's just like, so okay, I'll let you peek behind the curtain on my reasoning for this. Is that the one that I'm kind of like on the verge with is Nurikabe World, which is like. But it doesn't feel like game. It doesn't feel like it belongs in top 5, but it feels like it belongs in 6th position, like very specifically, if that makes sense.
Fair.
And I was like trying to think how that works within like how I obsessively list things, basically. Yeah. But at the same time, I would like to clarify, because I realise how this might sound. If you want to put a DLC in your top 5, Rachel, I am fully on board with that. That sounds like like
I'll see.
There are no rules here.
No.
We can make it up as we go along.
We've made that very clear.
Yep.
Right, let's start our round robin of our games.
Yes.
The idea is to kind of do 3 each. So that's, a lovely little bundle of games for you guys to wishlist away or check out yourself. Would anyone like to go first? And if not, I can always take up the mantle. But I've been talking a lot, so maybe... Go then, Liam. Release!
I want to hear from Liam.
I'm going to start sort of like in reverse order of the time I've played these games for.
Ooh, okay.
Because I've been playing a little bit of a lot of things, and we're in that weird position, like we were just saying, of the year where I'm trying to like play as much as I can to see what sticks, to see if there's anything I've missed over the course of the year that might sneak into my game of the year. So I've been playing like a few hours here and there of some things, but the first thing I want to talk about is PowerWash Simulator 2 by Future Lab. This came out the other week. 2, I would say, like, not a shrug, but I sort of feel like the general vibe has been like, yeah, it's more PowerWash. And do you know what my take on it is? Yeah, it's more PowerWash. It's kind of where I'm at with it. I think you two have been playing this too, right?
I've played some of it, yeah.
A little bit, yeah. I've played like maybe 3 hours. I think it's good. It's as good as the original. I don't think it's doing anything in particular that is exciting or gets the blood pumping. I don't know if it needed to. I think the way you described it in a previous episode, Rebecca, was it sort of had a bit of the Sims vibe to it, of maybe people might be like, why do I have to buy the same thing again when I've already invested so much in like content for the first one? And I was thinking that a lot as I was playing it. I think it has the same appeal and it itches the same part of my brain, and already the things that I'm power washing are, you know, interesting. If you think of them as like a colouring book or pages in a colouring book, which is sort of how I see the game. There's some
Same,
interesting new things there, like a big toilet that rises out of the ground in level 2. But the new additions of the soap and the hub are like not really doing anything for me in any meaningful way. It sort of feels like maybe it's just like the smaller changes, like the additional power washers and just some like basic like movement mechanics, and they've fixed a few things with like ladders and the scaffolding to make it a bit easier to get up and down and to place them.
Oh, really?
Which is like, I think if you're an absolute sicko for that first game and like it was like your comfort game and you played like hundreds and hundreds of hours of it, I can see this feeling like a very exciting and meaningful upgrade. But I think I'm calling myself a casual player of this. I played like 30 hours of the first one, but so far I'm like, I get it, but it's not something that I'm going to like devote a lot of time to. I think it might be nice as like a bit of a background game, like how I treat House Flipper 2, where I sort of go back to it every year for like 4 hours. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what you two think, because I don't really have anything else to say about it other than it's fine, brackets complimentary.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. I mean, I will say that I've only played about an hour, which is the sort of intro level, is as far as I've gotten. I was really impressed when the little graphical improvements are what's really getting me, like the way that water splashes more visibly and the way that water runs down things, and like water physics. It's one of those things that's hard to get right, but PowerWash Sim 2 getting it a bit better than the first game feels quite meaningful. And you can pet the cats, which I love. Like the cat petting was important to me. It was important to me, Liam.
It's very important to me, and I sort of feel like the way that your hand sort of just like moves a mile away from them and they don't react to you left me a bit cold. I was always a bit like, no, they just they do their usual staring into space animations, and your hand does that video game like, I'm petting a cat. Like my hand is moving.
Yeah. Like some wet lettuce leaf on her.
I'm not picky when it comes to petting imaginary cats. I'm just, as long as the game tells me I've done it, then I'm very happy.
That is fair.
But yeah, no, I kind of feel the same way. It's like, I think that it's weird to me because it kind of feels more grounded again all of a sudden, because like obviously I expect it'll go kind of like sci-fi and weird and funny the way it did, but nevertheless, you know, my copy of the original game now, it's like I keep flipping between Tomb Raider and Shrek's house and all of this, you know, licensed time stuff. And like, because it's gone fully independent from Square Enix, I feel like this one's not going to quite have that. So I feel like they're going to feel potentially more distinct over time.
Well, they've announced that there's 2 IP packs, as they've
really.
described them.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
Months,
it's not like they'll be completely divorced from that reputation, even if they're not with Square Enix anymore. But
true.
It's I was like you say, it's fine. I had a fun hour with it, and I have not really. Well, I've not at the time, but I've not really felt the pull to go back to it since. But I'm sure I will.
What PowerWash IPs would you both want to see?
Oh well, now that we're not necessarily boxed in by things Square Enix can and cannot do.
anything.
What's the stinkiest media property out there?
Stinkiest?
Oh my god, you know what?
Shrek was pretty stinky.
I'm going to do a bit of a callback. Stranger Things. I feel like that's currently everywhere.
Oh, okay. Not for stinky.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Upside Down looks pretty rank, to be honest, if you think about it.
I reckon it smells great. I'm led to believe, based on our conversation, it smells like vegan baby bells and Doritos. So.
Oh my god, I have been taste testing some of the awful Thai foods it's bad. It's a bad time.
Have you?
You know what? I reckon it is Stranger Things. I think you've hit that on the head.
Also,
which
Rachel,
one did you take? Is
when you come to mine. The vegan baby bells are still here.
Oh no, I refuse. I respect your hospitality.
Someone's going to eat them.
You know what? A certain wedding gift could be in order.
If you just walk up to me during the wedding and drop a couple of vegan Stranger Things baby bells in my hand, I would respect the hell out of you.
Here's the thing: we all get one, and for the rest of our lives, we keep them. It's not going to go off. It's nothing food in it. It's like.
I love that.
Oh god!
I think Train Spotting would be a good DLC pack for PowerWash Simulator 2.
Jesus Christ!
Just spraying down those filthy Scottish apartments.
God damn it! No, I rescind this question. I rescind. I'm trying to think of something, and all I can think of now is Train Spotting. Oh god!
What's like a grotty like movie about people shagging where you could maybe just like spray down the bed or something?
Oh my goodness! Like,
I can't think of like
literally
what's like a horny
any porn
movie.
set.
I think with power washing,
The Brazzers pack.
I want power washing to do the same thing that Hitman did. Hitman was like, this is an assassination game. Hey, here's a murder mystery. Unless they haven't done it yet, there was a level in Power Wash, maybe in the first one, where it's like you're on the moon and you're cleaning a car, and then you follow alien footprints, and then you can like track there's like a story to it, which I thought was really cool.
The first game.
And I think it's like you're cleaning a space shuttle, and then you have to clean the space shuttle, and there's footprints, and you walk over, and there's like a base, but you can't open it. There was like a bit of a mystery to it. You were like, oh, okay, there's like a bit of a story here. I would love it if there was like a murder mystery type thing, but maybe not like you're cleaning up a crime scene, but maybe you're like, I don't know, solving a mystery through power washing. I would love that. And I think after playing a bit of the second one, I got to the second level and I was just like, yeah. I mean, it's just more power washing, like literally what you said.
Yeah.
I like the soap. The soap is fun. I also do actually like that. I'm assuming this is what the room is for, but when you complete a mission, you get a little trophy to put up. Is that what that room is? A trophy room?
That room is just like a mission select, but you can like buy dirty like rugs and sofas, power wash them down, and then position them in your base. But the way of doing that is like super clunky and not very freeform. And also it's just a bit like, I guess I'll just like, where am I getting this rug from?
I tell you what, when I was deep in my TikTok phase, I would watch
videos.
The rug cleaning ones are so fucking good.
Oh,
God
so
damn.
good.
And you'd be like, ooh, what's under this one? And it'd be like a kid's carpet, and you'd be like, ooh, what characters under here? Oh, and then the dirt and the amount of like chemicals and stuff they put on it. I'd be like, I want to do that. Because for me with power washing, I don't mind the power washing stuff, but I don't feel that there's any tinkering or any sort of like, I don't know, maybe it's just not a game for me, but I always want to feel like, I don't know, there's like some thought and skill into it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
I agree that there's not enough sort of like challenge and like obstacles in the way for me. I sort of feel like, I want to be engaged a bit more. It's almost too smooth brain a game. Like I feel like I turn off my brain too much to play it.
Yeah.
It's a good game to watch while you're to play while you're watching TV or something. I do like that, or a podcast.
Definitely. I don't think
100%.
I could. I don't think I've ever played it except on my Steam Deck while I had something on the TV or something on the exactly. So
yeah, but no, that's my first one.
It's not a whole brain game.
A whole brain, It's a
it is
smooth half smooth brain game. Power wash.
Yeah.
Rebecca, you can go next with your pick, your first pick.
Sure. My first pick is a game that I've been playing pretty regularly since it came out in April, but I just never got round to talking about it on the podcast, which is there's a new Monster Prom game out this year. Obviously, that's huge for me.
Huge.
It is Monster Prom 4 Monster Con, which is they're all at a convention, and I have to say, it is so good. I know I'm going to say it right, okay, but I'm going to tell you why it's good. I will tell you why it's good. So after the third game kind of changed up the format, wasn't really a dating sim anymore, was more of a like road trip kind of like survival, like resource management game, which I thought at the time I was like, this is the best in the series. I think this one might have superseded, or at least be able to sit alongside it, because it's gone back to the original dating sim format, but it's really tightened it up in some really important ways that I think the first two games now feel kind of like dated because of.
Oh, interesting.
Right.
So the first two games, they kind of didn't, because they were, I think this is the first game from this studio. The first game was obviously, and then the second game was their first sequel. It kind of like there wasn't anything like you couldn't save mid-run. So if you were playing it multiplayer and it's like quite an involved visual novel, obviously you have to do it all in one sitting or you lose your progress, which is quite a big barrier in that sense. And there's also the fact that they didn't seem to have a strong sense of like, how to gauge, because at the start of the game, the game tells you how long it's going to take, right? Roughly how long it's going to take based on the number of players and the number of events you want, like, Mario Party style. To say that in the second game, these were wildly inaccurate and you would often be sat there hours after you thought you would be done playing. It was like really difficult sometimes to carve out the time to play it. In Con, to the minute almost, they're like, right, if you have got two of you playing, like, reading the things aloud, which I think is obviously if you're playing with other people, it's not fully voice acted. So you're going to be there reading aloud, and like it really didn't account for that. And now it's like Mick and I have played it maybe half a dozen times or so over the past few months since it came out, and it's always been like we can sit down at 7, and if it says 2 hours, you're going to be done at 9, and it's great.
Oh, okay.
Another thing, it's really, they've just tightened up the format so much, and now you can save mid-run as well, which is great because you're not then locked into finishing it all. It's really good. And I've got to say as well, the writing is like, they really have reached the peak of their game with this. I think it's so, they're all comedies, but it's so funny. Like the amount of times we just have to stop because we are laughing so hard at some like mad shit that's going off. It's like, it's really nice to have been with this franchise since the start in 2018 and kind of seen them develop and refine the ideas in all the different areas, and then have this game that you're like, you can just pick it up and play it for like an amount of time that you understand and trust and know that you're going to have a really fun time. Honestly, like amazing job from Beautiful Glitch on this game. I'm like so happy. I'm a Kickstarter backer, so like obviously like I'm invested in the literal sense in, I mean, I don't get anything back other than the game being good, but there's still that consideration that I was obviously like in it for the long haul for a long time. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a really fun game. It's so funny. They've introduced a monster clown girl who makes me feel things that I'm not okay with.
Right. Monster
We've
Con.
definitely Googled her before.
April 1st. April 1st, she's immaculate. I love her.
Wait, is she called April 1st?
Yeah.
We must have spoken about this before. What is it with your favourite characters being named after dates of the year?
We must have said that before. What is going on?
That does not feel like an original thing I've said. No, this is probably like the third time I've said it this year.
No,
April
I don't.
1st.
She is very cute.
Because she's so cute. She's so cute, and I love her dearly. And yeah, thanks to the fandom that sprung up around her, I now have the phrase "down bad for the clussy" just stuck in my head constantly.
That's so good.
It's really good. I think it would be like a pretty decent onboarding point to this. Like they're all pretty decent onboarding points to the series, but the only thing is because I've played them all like as they've come out, getting to know those characters over that time, it really hits different when like a character from the old ones comes back. But a lot of the cast of this are new, including April, wonderful April. So it's like a pretty decent place to start as well. If you're like, I don't really want to invest dozens of hours into getting the lore of this, you don't need it. So yeah, it's just such a nice, and like I say, I think it's the first game from this series that I would recommend primarily on its merits as a comedy as well.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's the funniest one. So they're at a con, so it's like a convention. That's the setting of this one. What kind of convention is it? A monster convention?
It's just like a general like geek convention.
Okay. So, there's a lot of comedy in that, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, having just like followed the creators for a while, it's like there's very, basically they're millennial nerds and I'm a millennial nerd, so I feel like I understand their frames of reference are largely my frame of reference, and there's a lot of recognition. I used to go to a lot of cons when I was in my 20s. I used to go to a lot of geek and nerd conventions. Not so much since 2020, unfortunately, but yeah, I'm like, there's a lot of history. Yeah, I recognise that. That's been me. A lot of jokes about a lot of jokes about cosplay, a lot of jokes about the merch hall and that sort of.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've been there. We went to. That's where I met you, Rachel, as I recall. Yeah. We went and speed bonded on the merch floor.
We did. How it can get very stinky. Cons can get pretty stinky occasionally. The food is shit. Yeah. The food is fucking awful.
So bad. So bad, and you love it.
From EGX or whatever.
Getting jostled is just absolutely normal behaviour.
Yeah.
Queuing up 3 hours to play 5 minutes of Sonic Frontiers.
Yes.
This is what we miss, right? This is what was great about in-person events.
I know. Yeah. They never seem to hit cues. I will say that. I feel like that's That's a limit to the realism. Because they're never stuck in a queue unless it's pertinent to the bid.
And that's why it's fantasy.
I know, right? That's the magical element. One of them's a vampire, but mainly.
And with these new characters, your favourite is, you still have a favourite? Or is it now yes. April has usurped?
April is kind of getting her usurp on. Yeah,
she's cute. The character design is so cute.
I love her.
Clown girls, man.
Yeah. So her whole deal
why
as
she's
well.
called April first.
That
took me a while.
Her whole her deal is that she's like a streamer and like musician, and that she's not allowed to have negative emotions. So she makes balloon animals to like shriek all of her negative emotions at people.
Oh, really?
That's
so funny.
That's very
I love
funny.
that as a bit. I love the bit. Anyway, yeah.
She again. one of my other favorite clown girls is the Ace Attorney clown girl with the balloon boobs.
That's the thing, though.
They look very similar.
When this game came out, I was like, Geru didn't move the needle for me. I don't feel like I need to worry about April. And then I started playing it. I was like, oh no, I love this monster clown girl.
Goofy,
oh no.
goofy. Oh.
Yeah. Oh no.
I haven't really recovered from you saying Clussy, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm still sort of at that point of the conversation.
I couldn't not say it. It's just so funny.
It's incredible. The fandom has once again come up with something completely and utterly unhinged.
It's so good.
Should I get on to my first game? So I have been a big fan of developers Okomotive for a while now. They have done the Far series, which included Far Lone Sails and Far Lone Shores. And then I think there was... Oh no! Far Lone Sails and Far Changing Tides. That's what it was called. And those two games were kind of focused on a little person who was driving a big machine or sailing a big machine, exploring an environment, and you had to like manipulate this machine by like pulling levers and stuff. I loved them. And so when I saw they were doing Herdling, I was also excited because I was like, okay, it's different from the Lone series, but I really like the premise, which is that you play as a young teenager who is herding all these like giant fluffy creatures across different landscapes to try and get them to like, I guess, return to their natural habitat. And it's very much like there's snowy mountains and like pretty flower fields. And so you are guiding this group of goat things through different environments and through different obstacles, and there's enemies and stuff. And so I was so on board. I think I liked this game, but I didn't love this game, which was a bit disappointing as I really loved the other two games they did. But I do really appreciate what it's doing. So, like I said, you're kind of herding this group of like these really big fluffy goat things. And they are adorable. They are like, in terms of like animal behaviors in video games, like you get attached to these like goofy guys really fucking quickly. There's like little ones as well. I think they've really paid attention to like the behaviors of these animals. Like the little ones are so sweet. And like when you rest for like through each chapter, at the end of each chapter, there's like a bookend. They come and like snuggle you, and like they all have like different personalities, which I really appreciate and I really liked. I think the story was pretty good as well. It's like there's no dialogue, there's no text. It's just this kind of like silent communication between you and these like really cool beasts that you're kind of, there's like a connection there, which I get that. I love that. There's also this kind of like spiritual nature to it. There's like the main baddie in this game are like these huge crow monsters, which there's like cool bits where you're trying to like guide your herd around certain things that make a noise, and it's very shelter. I had flashbacks to my badger cubs, but when you make too much noise, they will swoop down and like swipe at like members of your herd. And if it happens too many times, they will actually take one away. So it's very much like I was getting flashbacks. I was like, oh my God. So there is like peril. If you're someone who doesn't like seeing cute animals in peril, maybe don't play this game. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. But the one thing that I just think holds it back, and I don't know how they would have done this differently, is just the mechanics of herding these animals is just a bit clunky. And like, it's, I appreciate that it's supposed to be something that's a bit touch and go with like, because like you're at the back, so they're in front of you, and so the way you're guiding them, I almost like can't see the front of the herd, and sometimes because they're like morphing and the animals are moving in different areas, there's not like one complete object that I need to keep an eye on. And so to be fair, like I got through the whole game, nothing bad happened, and some of the areas where you had to navigate are a bit finicky, but I think a lot of people might start playing this game and get a bit turned off by that. I got through because I really liked the themes and I liked the environments, and I liked these, God, I really like these horned creatures. They are so cute. But I don't know what they could have done about that, and I'm not a game developer, and I don't know. I really like the idea, but that was a bit annoying in some parts. But maybe that's like, it was very much like, there are some really beautiful moments as well. There's an action you can take so you can kind of like wave your staff and they all slow down, and you can also almost like have this like make them sprint through like dangerous sections, and like that bit is really cool where they're just like charging all together as one. But unfortunately, the mechanics were a little bit odd. There's a really great bit at the end, which is very Journey-esque, where that you're going up a big mountain and there's like a gale and you have to like control them in a way of like hide here, huddle here. And I liked that, but some of the bits were I was a bit like, come on, you stupid things, get in line. Instead of being like, oh. And Rebecca, you can pet them. You can pet them as much as you want. You can like fluff
this
them
has been
up
on my
as
wish
well.
list since you started talking, so don't worry.
That's good pairing.
It looks gorgeous.
I think they got the creature designs hands down. They look really cute. They look a bit scary, but like they have a really good soul. And some of the little ones have like a tail that because when you're looking at the back of something, I don't know, the tail just makes them so cute. And then the tail's like, it's like a little ball. Anyway, they are very cute. They are very cute. And
cute.
So yeah, you can pet them. There are times where sometimes they can like slip off a cliff. So you need to like quickly like grab their horns basically and like pull them back up. There are moments where where you make a campfire, you're all sitting around a campfire. So the way that you connect with them is really nice, but sometimes when you have to, it's almost like when you had to do gamey things with them, that's when it got a bit frustrating.
Yeah.
So.
I know what you mean. That is like my experience of playing so many like animal companion games, like Last Guardian, like Stray. I think a lot of the
Last
time
Guardian.
when you so sometimes the AI is a bit too good on the animal that's not really going to do what you want it to do. And,
I've loved the look of this.
Yeah.
But the thing that puts me off is that I've never played a game where herding is fun.
Yes.
I just think, like you say, it's inherently a bit of a finicky, fiddly mechanic. And from the sounds of it, they haven't really found like an elegant solution. I mean, the slowing them down and speeding them up does sound like an interesting way of manipulating them, but I just don't like it when like one wanders off and you're like, oh well, now I've got to get that one and the main group's gonna slightly disperse, and maybe I've just got Red Dead Redemption PTSD from the herding in that game. But it sounds like maybe if it's like reduced in price, it's probably worth like a little pickup and a try.
I think the thing is like I appreciate there's like hardly any text, there's no like symbology on screen, so I really I like that it's like simple and minimalistic in that. But again, it's like when you don't have the ability to like guide them in a certain way, I don't know, but I did enjoy it. It's like a 2 to 4 hour game, probably even less than that. I did have a good time, but I think if you really like this, there's a bit of friction, but bulldoze through it. Imagine yourself as part of as one of these goat creatures and just kind of bulldoze through it. It's nice. I still think it's worth it. I liked that Oka motive went in new direction because I haven't played a game like this before, so I appreciated that. And I think that's what essentially really got me through it, was like, I'm playing something different, I'm playing something new. The music was top notch. The music was really good. Like, there are moments, like a very emotional moments, and the music was hitting just right. Oh yeah, you can play fetch with them. I forgot that. There are certain spots, there's like a ball, and you can like play fetch with one of them. Oh, so it is very cute. But yeah, maybe this won't be in like my games of the year. Like, I don't think so. But I appreciate it for what it is. I had a good time with it, and when I look back on this year, it will stick out for me. It's not like, you know, when you play a game, you're like, okay, whatever. Like this one, I'll think back to this year, and I'll think back to this game and be like, I had a good time playing that. I appreciate that.
That's really good. Yeah.
So that was Herdling by Okomotive. I want to see what they do next. If they do more of this universe, I'd be so keen. For sure.
Right. Yeah, the world looks so nice in these screenshots that I'm seeing.
Yeah,
like,
it really does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, the cute animals are a draw, but honestly, the thing that had me hitting wish list was how nice that environment looked to just kind of explore.
Yeah, it's so cute. Right, should we go back to the beginning then?
Yeah, let's do it. So my next game is Absolum, which came out a few weeks ago. It's by .mu, Guard Crush Games, and Super Monks. This is the next game by the same team, minus Lizard Cube, who went on to work on, I want to say, the new Shinobi game. They remade
Cube?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they remade. They did like a new entry in a classic Sega series. But the three, I think it was .mu, Guard Crush, and Lizard Cube did the Streets of Rage 4 semi reboot in 2020, which I absolutely loved, which looks stunning. And then Lizard Cube went off and did something different. I think they've brought in Super Monks, and Absolum is basically their unique take on a beat 'em up, side-scrolling beat 'em up. So I love side-scrolling beat-em-ups. I played them a lot when I was a kid. Big Streets of Rage fan, which is why I loved Streets of Rage 4. But I am so shit at them. I'm just so bad at them. You know, these are games that are based in arcade mentality. They are always very difficult. They have huge difficulty spikes to try and get you to pump quarters in for continues. And I think as a genre, it's never really shed that difficulty.
Oh, do you think?
Over the years, yeah. Because I think that's part of the appeal, and as games like that sort of fell to the wayside for other things, I think the difficulty and sort of the hardcoreness made them appeal to that market. But this is a roguelite, and that has just unlocked it in my brain as a game. So you play as one of 4 characters, the classic sort of beat 'em up set of people. You know, one of them might be very fast, one of them is very slow, one of them uses a sword, and the story is like, who cares? To be honest, like, it's set in a fantasy world, but it's a very like, there's nothing really in the fantasy world that draws me in. I just think it is mealy fine at best, but it is stunning, as you'd expect a game from this team to be. And because it's a roguelite, it means that it has all the trappings of a roguelite. You run around, you're beating people up the same way that you do in a beat 'em up like Streets of Rage, and every time you clear a screen, you get access to one of 2 bonuses or power-ups that augment your character, and then if you die, you get sent back to a central hub world where you can use your currency to do permanent upgrades. It has that same Hades style of progression, meta progression, but it also has that Hades style of narrative, because every time you go back, you are a bunch of wizards, I think, and magic's been outlawed, but there's like this pregnant goddess that has brought you back and keeps reviving you, and you learn more about that, and that bit's quite cool. That bit's quite like nice to look at. But the thing about beat 'em ups is that they're, as a genre, they're about repetition. Like, because they're arcade games, they're all about playing them again and again and again and getting that mastery. And pairing that with a roguelite structure just makes sense, because it means that they can do some really fun things around here's different routes you can take if you go through this door instead of this door, or maybe on this run there'll be a slightly different skew of boss, or a new area will open and allow you to go down a different branching path. And it's so good. Like, the reviews for this have been really positive, but I was able to play this a bit pre-release, and as I was playing it, I was like, this might be a bit of a sleeper hit, and I think it is. I think the people who've played it are really into it. It has co-op, because it's a beat 'em up. These games normally have co-op, And I think it sings in co-op, but I haven't played it in that mode yet. But even as a single player game, it's really fun. It's got the juice, and it just sort of feels like it's gone under the radar a little bit, and I'm quite surprised because it's so polished, it's so slick, and it really feels like they've dragged the beat 'em up genre into the modern era, and it doesn't feel cheap. It really feels like a perfect pairing with a roguelite. Yeah, I don't know. It's really, really wonderful. The bosses are amazing. The bosses are so good. Yeah. I love it.
I can't
really
wait to play this. This is like on my list to play purely. And now it's definitely on it from what you said, but the animation and the way this game looks,
Beautiful.
it looks like a cartoon or a comic book. Like the backgrounds
very
look amazing.
graphic novel style.
Yeah. The character design is just they really pop off the screen. Backgrounds look, there's like depth in backgrounds. Like, it just looks amazing. But now hearing you say that as well, I'm like, wow, that's bumped it up a few slots on my to play list. But that's so good hearing that.
Excellent. They mentioning the animations and the overall visual design, although it might lack, like, it's not a very interesting world to spend time in terms of its like lore and narrative, but all the characters are so cartoonish and animated in such a way that like when you whack them, like their eyes will bulge, and you know, like there's little like goblin creatures that you fight in one of the first areas, and it has a personality of its own, even if it's not very unique in other areas. But it's really, really good. I just think we've had a glut of roguelites this year. That might have just meant that maybe people didn't have much of an appetite for it. Maybe it came out just at the wrong time. I'm not sure. But, I mean, people love it who've played it. And I think you like it as well, Rachel. It's very, very good.
It has been a really strong year for roguelikes and roguelites in general. Like, this year has been so many good ones. And just so many, full stop. Yeah. So... I'm excited to play it.
And so many that have just come out of nowhere. Like, what is Mega Bonk? Where did that come from?
I'm sorry, Mega Bonk?
Mega Bonk, yeah. Do you not know of Mega Bonk?
No,
I bought it, and then Ed was like, do not play this 2 weeks before your wedding, you lunatic. He's like, do not start playing Mega Bonk before one of the most important 2 weeks of your life. It's just it's like 3D Vampire Survivors, basically.
Oh my God. And it looks crispy as fuck in a good way, complimentary PS2.
I've seen a bit of it and it is wild. It is.
There's a fucking monkey with sunglasses and trousers on, Liam. And there's a fucking skeleton on a skateboard with sunglasses.
I know, it's so me coded.
This is so you.
Yes.
I know. I'm staying away from it until I can
Mega Bonk.
Sickos mode on
it.
And Mega Bonk is such a great name. Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
I think, to be fair, it came out of nowhere while you were on holiday, Rachel, and it was just all of a sudden people were like, could this be one of the sleeper hits of the year? And I was like, for real? Mega Bonk? And then I saw a bit of it and I was like, okay, fair play. I see where you're coming from. If you like Vampire Survivors.
Mega Bonk.
Like,
two days later, it's Escape from Duckov. And it's like, where are these things coming from?
Right.
What is that? Oh my God.
Rachel missed so much on holiday.
That is a single player extraction shooter where you play as a duck, but it's meant to be really chill and fun. I think I'm going to buy it today, actually.
Yeah. Literally, they just made Tarkov with ducks, and somehow it's adorable. Like,
I've seen this on the Steam page.
Yeah.
Fuck. God, you go away for like 10 days and then everything, fucking so many games come out.
I'm going to have to be checking Steam on my wedding day in case I miss the next Mega Bonk.
Yeah, that is the gaming landscape of 2025, though, isn't it? Really, it's just like it's been so hard to process so much of it because just every few days there has been another like incredible game come out.
Yeah.
The last time there was like a big. This is when I had COVID over Easter. There was that drug dealer game that came out earlier this year.
Oh God,
was it Section 1? Or is it
Schedule
like 1.
That.
Schedule
1. And it like that was top of the Steam chart, and I was like, it's a tenner, I'll buy it and see what all the fuss is about. That game is so rank. It's so like teenage boy South Park. Well, actually no, South Park has a little bit of like, I guess, like modern intelligence to it, but that game was so like the racial stereotypes in that game, that's like 5 minutes in, and it's just like, no thanks. How is this top of the Steam chart? I know why it's top of the Steam charts, because people are terrible, but that's what I'm always worried about. I'm like, well, it says Megabonk, but what if it's secretly racist? Because you never know these days. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Rebecca, what's your next game?
Well, in the name of making sure that we cover as many games as we can, because it's been a really packed year, I've gone back to a game from like nearly 10 years ago that I want to talk about.
Hell yeah.
So hell yeah. So it is Halloween around about now when we're recording. And literally a year ago, I set a reminder on my phone to play Layers of Fear again at Halloween, because there is a Halloween event in the game that only unlocks for a week around Halloween every year, or when you can be bothered to reset your system clock. But I don't do that because I like to do it the honest way.
Honest, instead of the liar's way.
Exactly.
The thief's way.
You don't get 800 hours into Animal Crossing New Horizons by being the sort of person who just time skipped immediately. You
correct.
Do it through
that is right. Yeah.
We respect you for that.
Hard work. Anyway, so I actually decided, because I have on my PS4, I have the original 2 Layers of Fear games as they were released in 2016 and 2019, I think. And then on my PS5, I have the Layers of Fear kind of like re-released trilogy update that they did in 2023. And so I've been playing a bit of both. So today is the 29th that we're recording, 29th of October, and we are now in the week where it unlocks. So this is the guides writer in me that cannot be quelled sometimes. Nowhere online is there any solid information about when this mode actually unlocks in Layers of Fear. So I would like to present the exclusive scoop that it unlocks between October 28th and November 4th every year. You're welcome.
Yeah! Ooh, you heard it here first, everyone.
Yes. Possibly November 3rd. I don't quite know when I think it's November 4th at least. I think it's 8 days it's available for. But I played it today. I finally got to play it after several years of being like, I mean to get the Halloween event when it's coming. It's pretty cute. It only took about half an hour, I think. It's a free little update they released on like the first anniversary of the game back in 2017. And essentially you just restart Layers of Fear. We know Layers of Fear, right? We know that it's the horror walking sim. It was sort of the most successful of the PT likes after PT ended up not coming to fruition, and a lot of people kind of were trying to do. And it really, that spawned a whole genre. And I think Layers of Fear was one of the earliest examples of that, like really coming out and being recognized as like, a PT like that had its own success. So if you go in and you start a new game, you find a picture, you find a sort of children's book page on the floor right in front of where you start the game. And then you go down into the basement of the house, there's always a door there that's always locked, which I'd never even noticed, even though I've played this game a bunch of times. That's how observant I can be sometimes. That door unlocks once you have that page, and you go in, and there's like a table with 4 chairs around it. There's a Ouija board on the table.
Oh god.
The door locks behind you, and it's just like a 30-minute like mini story within Layers of Fear where you just follow the children's book through interactions with this Ouija board to unlock new things in this one room and like find out the story of what happened to the children in the children's book. Right. It's really worth just having a play with if you like Layers of Fear. And I mean, unfortunately, this episode is going to come out too late, unless again you want to play with your system clock. I won't judge. It's like
she will judge.
It's just like
yeah, absolutely.
It's just a nice little extra. I mean, Layers of Fear. I'll if I have a chance in a minute, I'll kind of go into a bit more, but it's just kind of full of nice little extras sometimes. And this is, I think, my favourite that I've seen is just this kind of very spooky, very short story just contained within the original game. And like, that's kind of in a sort of like landscape now, nearly 10 years later, where we're dealing with a lot of like live service stuff. This almost feels like part of that, but also an antidote to that. It's like, it just comes back for a week every year and like, play this short little story. It's not going anywhere, except it's kind of locked out a lot of the time. I don't know. There's just something kind of like, it already feels a little bit retro to have like time-locked events in a game like that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, while I was waiting for this to unlock, because I had to test it, right? I was there testing just for my own amusement to see when it would unlock. And so every day that it didn't unlock, I would load up the 2023 Layers of Fear and play a bit more of that, because I'm still like midway through the playthrough that I was doing of that. And yeah, I gotta say, I feel like having seen them side by side, like in such contrast, I'm all about the OG. I gotta say,
really, hell yeah,
yeah. It's just there's something pared back and spooky about it, and I love that they just keep releasing, or did for a while, or at least kept releasing like little DLC. So I'm playing all the side story DLCs now.
Oh yeah.
But it's just not the same when they're like, oh, loads of shit chases you now, and you know, all of this. I'm just like, no, it was so pure when it was just so, when you didn't have hands and you didn't have a voice, you were just a disembodied consciousness floating through this house trying to work out what the hell had happened.
Is that something that changed in the 2023 one? Is they give the protagonist like a voice and
they like modeled it, and like it kind of works. So I would say the 2023 version, the bits I'm enjoying are the brand new story. So it's like, it sort of finishes the trilogy by becoming like a self-contained remake as well as a new game. The brand new bits I really like. I really like the story of the writer. I like how they're tying up all the lore. I love all that stuff. At the same time, I kind of don't really want to play a remake of a game I really enjoy with loads of aspects that I don't like that much. Like in the middle of, you know, finishing the story, which I think is really cool. So I'm like a little bit more middling on the 2023 Layers of Fear. But also, as a lore sicko for this series, like, you're damn right I'm going to finish it because I want to know how this all ends now.
Yeah. But, if there's any changes,
yes.
what does the hands mean? What does that contribute?
Well, yeah.
Does he have a wedding ring on one of the hands?
Oh, good.
And just disappear at any point?
What are the layers of fear? It's paint, right?
What? Is it? Or it is, but is it also, you know, is it also the layers of the story embedded within the... Oh my god, I get so nerdy about this. Yeah.
No, I also am a Layers of Fear 1 fan. I didn't like the subsequent ones, but I have a soft spot for the first one, for sure.
If you have access to it and you have half an hour, I highly recommend
do the DLC. Event. Okay.
Yeah. It's just so it's got a couple of decent jump scares in it, but nothing like nothing difficult happens. And also the Ouija board thing, if there's like hundreds of words you can put in to just trigger different effects as well as in addition to the main story, and it's like, it's just cute and fun, and you can kind of like make it play music or change the lights or whatever in the room, and it's like, oh, this is neat. They just put like a cute little extra in there for Halloween. And I'm like, I respect. Remember when games used to do that?
Yeah, right. It is nostalgic. It's very nice.
Yeah,
I like
absolutely.
Well, I wish you all the best, because I can't even deal with one layer of fear. Multiple, too spooky for me. No, thank you.
Do you remember when they announced the 2023 version? It was going to be called Layers of Fears.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
What were they doing?
Fucking hell, Bloober.
Doesn't make sense.
God
I mean, they have just released a game called Kronos: The New Dawn, which is, I mean, to be fair, looks great, but what a shite name.
Yeah.
Kronos: The New Dawn, okay.
I mean, it's like Bloober Team is not a serious name for a serious horror studio. It's like they've got some problems with naming things, I think we can safely say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Like Blair Witch? What does that mean?
I feel like they're more leaning into their reputation a bit more now that they've got. But before, when they didn't have that, Layers of Fear, pretty good horror game.
They've done very well for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's nice to see them getting like some flowers for Silent Hill 2, because people were very negative on that, and then everyone was like, Game of the Year, and I'm like, yeah, cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I always believed.
You've always been their cheerleader.
Yeah,
the pom-poms.
These shelves behind me, there is so much Bloober Team stuff on them that you can't see, probably. It's all there.
It's strategically hidden behind your chair.
I don't want it to be hidden, but something's got to be on the bottom shelf.
Yeah, true.
That's fair. Yeah.
Right, I guess I'll talk about my next game.
Let's do it.
So, my next game is Easy Delivery Co., which I played the demo of ages ago and really enjoyed, and then I played the full game and I love this game. I think it's really, really good. You play as a little cat character, and your job is to pick up and deliver packages for ridiculously low pay, and the idea is You are driving around different areas, chatting to the locals, picking up the packages, dropping them off, getting paid, paying for fuel, paying for you need to keep drinking like coffee and energy drinks to have energy, and you're working around the clock. You don't sleep, and that's basically the cycle of the game. But I love delivery games anyway. I love Lake. Obviously, there was Promise Mascot Agency. And I believe this is the more lo-fi, chill version of Promise Mascot. If it was like at its core mechanics of just like you with a cool van, just like rocking up to different like cool characters' houses and like getting to know them. And yeah, I just clicked with this game on like not a spiritual level, but a vibes level. I had just come off playing Clover Pit, which is the roguelike slot machine. The gambling one, which I had a blast with. I thought that was really great. And also I had finished playing a couple of hours of Ball X Pit, which we'll talk about later. So I just, my brain was in a certain state, which is fried, shriveled to a prune. And I think Easy Delivery Co. like soothed it. You know when you have a sponge and you pour water on it and it like gets bigger? That was my brain. And Easy Delivery Co. was the soothing balm, watery, like in my spongy brain. It's really chill. It's really relaxing. But it's also a bit strange and a little bit creepy, but not super creepy. But it's very atmospheric.
I'm glad you said that, because I was about to pull the ultimate Uno reverse on you and say, Rachel, are you trying to trick me into playing a horror game?
I suspected this was going to be a horror game. This is going to be my question as well, right? So it's not a horror game.
This is not a horror game. There is no jump scares. It looks scary, but it's more... It's more, it takes the snow and the fog and you're isolated, but it feels nice. It's like, it's just me and my truck and this weather, and I have to go from A to B, and there's something really relaxing about that. There are like certain mechanics where if you're outside your van too long and it's really cold, you can freeze up and die. So you need to keep yourself, when you're in the van, it's fine. But if you're like, you can't just park somewhere and walk in the freezing cold to your destination.
Right, okay.
You need to keep warm. And there are some parts of the game which test that, which is a nice change of pace. There's a challenge or two, nothing intense. But it's just the vibe of like, it's a very quiet game. I like these aesthetics not being used to be scary, but being used in a quote-unquote cozy way. Like, just for those who aren't aware of it, it's like the trailers show like a lot of like snow blizzards, a lot of like cold road, like Polygon-esque. It's lots of fog. It's very like Northwest Passage vibes. Like, it just looks like you're in the middle of nowhere in this very small community of other characters. So I loved all of that about it. And the thing that really connected with me as well is its story, which I'm not really going to go into at all. I'm not, because this game is quite quiet, and so there are snippets of story, but they're very few and far between, and so even mentioning a couple of them is going to give something away. Not saying that there's like any twists. There's no twists or anything, but there is a story to everything, and I just so it's like there's a reason like you're here and doing stuff. But this was such a surprise. I had a really good time. The driving mechanics are fantastic. I'm like, car and me, we're like brain slugs together. Like, I am the car. I'm like racing through these like mountain paths, like no problem at all. I'm just like, I got chains on my tires. This snow doesn't even know what hit it. And I'm like bulldozing. It's just, it's a very soothing game. But there's still stuff to do, and like if you like delivering stuff, you can like do that for hours if you want. There's story there if you want to pursue those routes more. Yeah, it's just it's a gem of a game. I had a really great time. I think I spent maybe like 4 or 5 hours. It's another short one, But I don't know, it really stuck with me. And I think maybe it was because I had played it after 2 very intense brain, I think it was just, it came around at the right time. Because I was like, oh, if I don't vibe with it, I'm just going to drive around and chill. But actually, every aspect of it was very calming. And the characters, awesome. I love them. And it's one of those Sims of games that I like, where it's like, it's a small weirdo community, and you're just like chatting with them occasionally, and I'm just like, So
sicko shit.
Yeah.
Love that.
We'll see which truck game makes it into my top 5 at the end of the year, because this might give Promise Mascot Agency.
Really?
But that
intriguing.
No, it might be recency bias, but we'll see. I'll check back in. Check back in.
All right, fair enough.
Was there a giant severed thumb on the back of that truck, Rachel? Did she run for mayor?
I love Pinky so much. Yeah, I'll have to check back in. In this one, though, your deliveries can fall out the side of the truck. And once, I guess I hit something, and I had 40 bottles in my back of my truck, and the truck flipped, and all the bottles just like sprayed out in every single like 360 direction.
So that's horrifying.
And it was beautiful. No. But the game maintains if you have at least one part of the delivery in your truck, you'll still get paid.
Just like in real life.
Yeah, it's very chill with those kind of. It's not like if you drop something, like in a delivery game. If you drop something, you get docked pay. No, like if you have like 24 pizza boxes all rocking in the back of your truck, and one of them falls off, like it's fine as long as you deliver one thing. The person's not going to mind. This community's chill. But I really connected with it. I really clicked with it.
Yeah, sounds great.
It's by Sam C. So I think that implies it's a solo dev, and it was published by Oro Interactive. So not heard of either of those before. Yeah, but very good. This is a good
for Sam C.
Indeed.
But very quickly, speaking of Promise Mascot, the interview I did with Kaizen earlier this year, they mentioned that the only thing they regret about Paradise Killer is that it was full of grammar and spelling mistakes, and that if they were ever going to redo it, that's what they'd want to redo. And then yesterday, they announced that they've done that. They've gone back in and done like a writing pass on it and re-released.
Oh, that's awesome!
Released a patch that like fixes all of the grammar and stuff. It was quite cool.
I didn't even know that was a. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't notice any spelling mistakes.
I think I said that to them. I was like, I did not notice that. And they were like, well, it bothers the hell out of us. So it feels like almost a patch that they've done just to appease themselves.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations to them.
Cool.
I love that for them.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So if you haven't played Paradise Killer, now it has correct grammar in it.
I was about to say, I get to go in now when I eventually get around to playing it. I get to go in and like... Yes.
Yeah, correct spelling.
Genuinely, that is. I mean, I'm always excited to play Paradise Killer. It's just a matter of finding the time. But that has bumped it another couple of like notches up to play pile. Just like spelling and grammar pass. You say, tell me more.
I don't think we've said very quickly before I say my next game. I don't think we've really mentioned this on the podcast properly, but we are writing a bit more for the site, and we're doing like postcards where we just like write a little bit about stuff we don't mention on the podcast. But Rebecca wrote a piece for the website that is so fucking funny, and I just want to highlight that again.
Which one?
Well, yeah, good point. Yeah, exactly. But she wrote about like a bunch of anime news, and they were fucking good. Yes. I read it like 3 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just realized we haven't mentioned it on the podcast.
That's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Everyone needs to go read it. Stop this episode.
Really
Stop this episode.
Stop listening to this shit. Go read
that.
Go pre-order Rachel's book and go read Rebecca's post on the website.
Oh yeah, do pre-order Rachel's book for sure.
Yeah, and then buy a sausage roll for me so I get paid. Right.
Yeah! The ultimate trilogy. I was going to say threesome, but...
Let's move on.
It's the filth. It's the pure filth that I've been putting in general all evening. It's just
it's the tears of Themis sweat down a man's thigh.
Okay, I just want to point out I've been looking at that key art all week and I did not notice that you two pointed that out to me within
Liam
seconds.
pointed it out. Liam pointed it out.
Rebecca was the first thing I noticed.
I'm innocent. On the inner thigh.
I know.
Anyway.
Right, okay.
God,
What's your next game then, Liam?
My next game is fucking Ball X Pit.
Here we go.
Ball X Pit. This is by Kenny Sun. It's published by Devolver. And Devolver have had a pretty good year this year, let me tell you. I thought last year I wasn't that keen on the stuff they were putting out, but hoo boy. Ball X Pit alone is absolutely... This and Shotgun Cop, man. Are you kidding me?
Oh,
Devolver are cooking. So, Ball X Pit, it's by Kenny Sun. Kenny Sun did a game called Kenny Sun's Hatbox, I think. That was like a Metroidvania that people loved from a few years ago. But this is a game, it has the crunch, let me tell you. It's got the Liam crunch of approval. You play as a bunch of different characters that are exploring a giant pit that appeared after a meteor hit the Tower of Babylon. And you and these other people have set up a little camp next to this pit, and you go into the pit and you walk up the screen while enemies that are all square, they're in little square boxes, come down the screen and you fire balls at them. And if you ever played Atari's Breakout, it's just that, except all of the boxes are evil. It's also very similar to a mobile game called Hold Down, which I absolutely fucking love. Like, I love Hold Down. I think really I'm going to start this. I'm going to say the word balls so much to just get used to it. But I do love balls. Like, I fucking love games about balls. They're just the best.
I'm sorry, I can't use straight face for this.
Yeah. What can I say? I'm a ball guy. Yoli and I played a game
so
like
mature.
10 years ago on mobile called Bouncy. It was called Bouncy. And it was total shit. But it was about bouncing balls off a bunch of enemies. And just that simple mechanic, it makes me just want to like jump around. It just makes me want to like run around the house like a feral little animal. I just fucking love firing a stream of balls and getting them trapped between an enemy and the wall and just watching the numbers pop up. And this is all this game
like
is.
A pinball machine.
Yes. This game is just about firing balls and killing enemies, and it sounds very simple, but the way that Kenny has done it is just impeccable. It's visually incredible. It's a roguelite, so the synergies you get with the different types of balls you pick up and the way that you're able to combine the balls together into evolutions. Sometimes there's really specific and unique evolutions, like if you combine I think it's a metal ball with an egg sac. So an egg sac, when it hits a wall or hits an enemy, it splits into what the game called baby balls, which are like the secondary balls. You've got your main balls and your baby balls.
Yeah.
See a doctor if you're an adult with baby balls. And if you combine the metal ball with the egg sac, you get a shotgun. And every time the shotgun hits something, it launches a bunch of iron baby balls. But also you can just like then combine that with like a fireball and it'll just apply the effects of fire onto it. So you can do some really powerful synergies and combinations. And you also get passives as well. And the characters are also different. Like the amount of fun you can tell that Kenny had with coming up with the new characters. So, you've got characters like one where there's two characters and instead of firing one stream of balls it fires two streams of balls, but they're 50% of the damage is other characters. Or there's one where it picks all of your upgrades for you. It's like a philosopher kind of guy. And there's some really, when you get further in, there's some really inventive ones too. But I think I said this when I spoke about it when I played the demo earlier this year. The meta progression element is what really made me fall in love with the game when I was playing it, because normally, in roguelites, when you finish a run, you look at a menu, right? Oh, I've got some gold. Let's look at a menu. Let's, unlock a few upgrades. A bit like Vampire Survivors. And I think this game has a lot in common with Vampire Survivors, actually. But in this game, it's like, okay, well, you've got this little camp next to the hole. So put down a couple of like wheat fields and put down a couple of buildings and then fire your characters into your town like the balls in the main game to bounce them around and collect resources, and you've got to bounce them off buildings to build them. So you finish a round and then the meta progression is basically like building your own course to then upgrade things. So you're constantly shifting it around and it's fucking great. I love this game so much. And also, it's only like 30 hours. Like, loads of people have been saying you can finish it in 30 hours. So it's like a roguelite with quite a tight runtime, which I also really appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really a forever game. It has distinct levels. It has like a limited amount of unlocks. Yeah. Rachel, you've been playing this. How do you find it?
Oh, just, yeah, great. Love it. When you talked about it earlier this year, you sold me on the demo. So I played the demo and I was like, I'm locked in. I'm ready for when this game releases. Yeah. And yeah, it's everything you said. It's so good. The Philosopher is one of my favorite ones, because when you're feeling a bit like, I like this game, but I kind of want to sit back a bit more, not think too much about it. The ability to have just something make those choices for you, and like, it's just, because sometimes I don't want to make decisions. I just want to see a bunch of balls bouncing around an arena. And so I love that character so much, because when I'm really just like, it just keeps me playing. I'm just like, oh, let's go another round with my boy, the Philosopher, who, all the characters, by the way, haunted. Absolutely so haunted.
Oh.
They look absolutely like they have a living, they need exorcisms. All of them need like an exorcist to...
It has a bit of Golden Idol energy to it, I think.
Yeah. It's very Vampire Survivors in terms of like the dopamine hit I get from this game is fucking unreal. Yeah, it's Golden Idol in terms of like theming, but also like everything looks a bit cursed, and the enemy designs are so interesting, and the bosses are fun as well. Like,
so good.
They are really awesome. And yeah, I'm exactly the same as you. What really sold it to me was the fucking, the in between when you're like making your village, and it's like the same tactics, but that is so smart. Good. Like, they did not have to do that, but that is just so fucking smart and fun. Like, it's just a really well-designed game. I had such a good time. I don't think I'm too far in. I've not beaten the second. I'm on the third area. So I think I'm still quite early on in the game.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Another thing I really love is you can see how many levels there are and the ones that you haven't unlocked yet. So, like, I know progression-wise, I like that, because it's like, right, okay, there's this many levels, there's this many characters, there's this many unlockables. I can see how far-ish I am through the game, which I love that. I love seeing where I am in terms of, like, in a game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's fucking fun. It's so good.
It's just fun. You're right.
Vampire Survivors bit me a bit more, but I still really like what Ball X Pit is doing. Yeah. I think it's got the sauce. It definitely has. For sure. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Good find. You played the demo and you were like, I have an announcement. This is the game of 2025.
What's interesting about it is that Devolver devoted their entire summer showcase to it, if you remember. Instead of doing their usual, like, here's the 5 games we're releasing this year, they were like, we're just going to talk about Ball X Pit for like 40 minutes.
Fuck,
and
yeah.
I think it really shows that they saw the potential in this and clearly just, like, polished the shit out of it to make sure it was, like, their big game this year. Because they've got, like, Skate Stories out in a few weeks.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
Like I said, me too.
Baby Steps is out as well. So,
of course, Baby Steps, which people really loved.
Forgot about Baby Steps.
Yeah, forgetting that was them this year as well.
That's a hell of a double bill, actually. Ball X Pit and Baby Steps within.
I think Skate Story will go down as well. The demo was really good for Skate Story.
Yeah, I didn't play it because I just want to play the full game. But no, it's this game. I love it. And Ed, friend of the podcast, Ed, maybe the unofficial 4th host of this podcast.
He really is. Yes. He really is.
He's been playing it constantly, and Yoli has been addicted to this game in a way that she hasn't been since Tiny Bookshop. Again, because I think she just saw me playing it, and she was like, "That looks a bit like Hold Down," and I was like, "It is a bit like Hold Down."
Oh yeah.
And that was it. Off she goes. We're a ball household. What can I say? We're big into balls here.
You're a small ball household, not a big ball household.
Baby balls.
Small ball household. Yeah. Will this be in your top 5?
So at the moment it's inching its way there. Ooh. I'm about 15 hours in. I think I want to finish it.
All right.
Okay. But it depends whether this bloody Mega Bonk
Mega Bonk.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but I do think I respect the way that every layer seamlessly interfaces with the other, to the point where I think I almost want to give it its flowers for just how well designed it is. Like, there's not everything feels like pitch perfect, like to the point where about 5 hours in I was like, when is this going to shit the bed? And I was texting Stephen Tilby at Push Square quite a lot, because we're both playing at the same time pre-release, and he was a bit further ahead, and I kept being like, does it get annoying? Because I can imagine, like, if the enemies get too tricky, or if it tries to introduce any gimmicks, and he's like, no, it keeps getting better. So I think if it can last until, you know, the end of those 30 hours, it will probably be top 5.
Woohoo! Yeah, for me it won't be mine, but
it's fair.
Yeah, it's one totally need to shout out in our Game of the Year episode, because I haven't even unlocked like half the characters or seen half the areas yet, but I am having such a good time. I think that's with this game as well. I just feel like from your first like time playing it, you're gone. Like, it's got you. It's that
it's
quick.
It's
immediate.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like the Vampire Survivors thing, right?
Yes.
It's like you play for 30 seconds, I get it.
It's like, love it. Yeah. Oh God, this is what I'll be doing for the next 30 hours. Yeah, love it. Yep. Bull. And you know what? Oh my God. Another really good thing about Bull X Pit, the chanting of they're chanting.
It's so, just for based on Rebecca's response to her shouting there. So what happens is as the enemies get down to like maybe the halfway point, they start to bounce and they start to chant in time to the background music.
It's so fucking good.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah.
It makes it so much more exciting. Like, yeah,
the drama of it, and I'm like,
that sounds great.
Yeah, it's so good.
Just little flourishes like that. It's just everything's just so well thought out.
Oh, fucking
what a game! Yeah, this is definitely going to be top 5.
You know when you're like following and then you're not, but you're like, this is going to be the part where it gets really exciting when the other two people just get so hype about something that doesn't immediately make sense.
Yeah.
The chanting. A lot
of our energy on this podcast.
Chanting. Yes. But it's just like that does make a massive difference. Like, it's so fucking good. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds awesome.
Oh, just the best. Anyway, yeah, Ball X Pit.
So that was mine combined with you, Liam. So we just got Rebecca left. Right, girl.
Okay, Rebecca.
Right.
I really want to hear about this last game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. This is what all of this filthy chat has been leading up to is Rebecca found another monster fucking visual novel and now it's everybody's problem.
Well, that's a tag. I need to write that down somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah, so because I play a lot of games like Monster Prom and Romancelvania and Boyfriend Dungeon and all that jazz, I get recommended some of the things that kind of like toe the line between regular person Steam and like pervert Steam, right? So it's, because I like to have all of my options available to me. I keep all of the like exclude NSFW games. I like all that switched on my Steam account. And yeah, you learn to filter out the crap with your eyes rather than with the filter. But anyway, there's a game that I saw a while back called Monstrous Love, which initially I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but like whatever. But it was one of those where do you ever look at a game and it's in the back of your mind, and then like 3 months later you're like, I gotta go find out what the game was about. It's like I've got to know. So, and I did, and it took me a while to track this one down actually, because as we will find out, this game, which is massively NSFW, I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. It's currently really hard to find if you're in the UK, because it is one of the games on Steam that has kind of fallen behind the like age verification laws, and I can't verify my age on Steam. I don't think any of us can. A lot of people can't because you have to have a credit card. I don't have a credit card. And I'm like, look, I love an NSFW monster game, but I'm not going to go into literal real world debt for it. But like, because, and I don't want to give Steam ideas on how to better enforce this stupid rule. But I will say there are actually, you still buy the games, you just can't view the store pages, essentially, is the thing. So because I already knew that I wanted this game when it was on sale, I just bought it. And that is my little rant. But also, actually, while we're on the subject, and not to name any other games that I think should fall under this to give anyone any ideas, but I find it a little bit concerning that this like game about female sexuality by someone with a feminine name has like been put behind all these barriers that a lot of other games that I've played that are quite heavily NSFW aren't behind that gate yet. And I'm like, what's with that, Steam? Not to... I'm just like, I don't know. I've got some feelings about it. This is probably not the place to talk about them. Maybe it is.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
But with the 7 minutes or so that I have, I do just want to actually talk about this game on its own merits because like it deserves a little bit of spotlighting. If you're into this sort of thing, which is obviously heavy caveat, but then aren't all recommendations, so fair enough. So this is a game from 2023. It is by, hold on. So it's a solo dev called Anna Pepper, who is a cartoonist. She does a lot of different stuff in like different mediums. And this is a visual novel that she produced in partnership with, Time Galleon, who are a visual novel specialist publisher. They have a bit of a presence on Steam. They're publishing Nowhere Manor, which is out, I think, in the next couple of months, which looks really rad. So they kind of like, bringing together these like small visual novel publishers, maybe by people who just had like one idea. Like I say, Anna Pepper is, a graphic artist who kind of seems to have just decided she wanted to do a visual novel for this one idea that she had. I think that's really awesome. I think that's really cool. So this game, literally, it's like an hour long. So always factor that in to any decisions you make about buying a game. This game is an hour long. It is like 3 short stories, so roughly 20 minutes each. And it's literally just like 3 women who are in various ways little gremlins from society going like into the woods and meeting sexy monsters and hooking up with them. And like it's like, as I say, it's very NSFW. I'm not going to like
Halloween
review
themed.
those aspects of it. It's very Halloween themed. But yeah, I would say honestly, like the sexy parts are like, they're good. They're fine. Like I've read some reviews that say they kind of get a little bit surprisingly vanilla when you see these monster designs that are like really awesome monster designs. And then it's a little bit like, that was a pretty regular heterosexual hookup in the event of it. But the monster designs are really cool. Like the way that the different characters and the different relationships are established is just really interesting itself. You can always back out of a sexual encounter with the monster in the story if you want. So you can just like meet the monster and do the bits where you hang out. And I love any game that respects people who might just want to hang out. I mean, you're cutting off like a good, at least half an hour of this 1 hour game if you do that, don't get me wrong. But like,
hell yeah.
But I do think it's like, it's just nice to see something that's just like very unabashed about like female sexuality. And also, even though, like I say, it's like the surface level quite heterosexual, it's also like a very queered sense of sexuality with, monstrousness and like
the
very,
other.
the other and like, like bodies that are not how society wants bodies to be viewed. And it's just really nice. And it's also quite heartfelt. I was, surprised by how heartfelt it was. Like, both in terms of like, I really identified with these women because they all just kind of were like, I want to go to the woods and not be bothered by people for like various different reasons. And I'm like, relatable. And then the monster characters are quite sweet and are all very differentiated from each other. And I was just like, this is just like, if you're at the very niche intersection I'm at with indie games, like this is great. And it's a shame that not only is it like a bit buried in an algorithm that's got a lot of like, not to be too critical of things just because I don't particularly like them, but a lot of, ridiculous large-breasted 3D model, like identical Unity asset.
Yeah.
Sort of, it's a shame to see it kind of lumped in with that a bit, and it's a shame to see it buried for a lot of people at the moment in the way that you can access this game. And I was like, I just want to shout it out because it was like a really cute little game for an hour that I enjoyed. And like I say, I went on a bit of a mission to find it because at first I saw it and I was like, whatever. And then I was like, it looked really cool. I wish I wishlisted it. So yeah, I'm just, the effort I went to find it again has already endeared it to me for one thing. So Monstrous Love, highly NSFW, cannot stress that enough.
It bothers the hell out of me because I was just reading up and looking at some stuff there as you were talking about it. Like you say, it's as much about like, the other and female sexuality as it is about the actual, mega bonk, as it were. But
Indeed.
like
The ball
when
pit. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
when you, but like,
I've been trying to not to make that joke for about half an hour.
yeah, that's
Anyway,
very
sorry.
good. Also, the thought of like finding a creature in the woods and it doing, missionary position sex is very funny to me. But with the lights off. But yeah, when you turn on deviant mode on Steam, the amount of like heinous shit that comes up, and you're like, how is this even here? Like, I think the difference between like male gaze NSFW games and stuff made by queer creators and stuff that's actually using sex to like explore lots of different concepts and things like that is like, yeah, that stuff is so different. It should be a different like setting on Steam. You should be like, I don't want to see, like you say, the exact same female character model that looks like an alien has landed on Earth and is like, how do I enslave humanity? Like if ChatGPT could make a body for itself, it would be the characters in most of those games.
It would.
God damn.
But
Oh, you're so right.
it's such a shame that this little like fun little thing that you found is being lumped in with the same category, and now you need to get an Amex before you can buy it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I say you can buy it, you just can't view it. You just have to take my word for it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, the way that this has been implemented by a lot of websites is really bad, but the plus side is that there's a workaround if you're convinced enough that you want to see something.
Yeah, because when I tried to search for it, I typed the name into the search bar, it didn't come up.
Yeah.
It's only when I pressed enter to search for it, it came up, and even then when I clicked on it, I couldn't see the thumbnail, and then when I clicked on it, then it asked for the card details, and then I clicked on your account and then tried to get through that way, but then when I clicked on it, it doesn't take you, it takes you to the community page, and then it said
which you can view with screenshots. It's ridiculous.
And so for me it was like, this is not available in your region, and I was like,
which is what's happening in Wales?
Censorship. So it was kind of just, that sucks. How many other cool games am I not seeing that might have
this is just like
a bit of monster fuckery in it?
Right? This is clearly like an actual labour of artistic love from a solo female dev who just wanted to bring her art to a visual novel. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a cool game. If it sounds like you would like it, you probably would. Support small creators who are having a tough time navigating the new laws that have been dropped without much thought.
Well, between the UK verification regulations and the credit card shite that was going on as well, where they were like, we're going to stop letting you use MasterCard.
Yep.
Just like,
excuse me.
It's just it's this exact type of art that is being fucked over by all this, and it's shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's rubbish.
Yeah, but
it's a good game. So we got that.
It's an interesting topic we could explore in the future, and not just like with NSFW, but just like censorship in indie games, but in terms of like different countries and stuff. And I don't know whether that'd be a bit too heavy, but it's always something that's quite interesting.
I'd be interested in doing that. Yeah,
I would be super interested in doing that. Yeah, if we can
be
be sensible
space
enough. Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure we can. I don't know. No ball X pit jokes.
I'm sorry, I had to.
No mega bomb.
You know why I had to.
Right, if that's all of the games we're talking about today, is that everyone? Because
hell
yeah. Wow, my god.
Very nice.
In that case, we shall move on to our hyperfixations. So I was listening to a spooky themed episode of Smosh's podcast Smosh Mouth, and one of the hosts brought up a really interesting corner of the internet called the SCP Foundation. Have you guys heard of this?
I love the SCP Foundation. Oh, I fell down this rabbit hole like 2019.
Right.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of it. I'm new to it.
Really?
No.
Wow.
But
that's amazing.
So there was one story or one entry he mentioned. So I want to talk about that one entry and we'll put it in the show notes. But for those who are unacquainted like I was, if you like Control, You're gonna like the SCP Foundation.
Yes.
It's basically like a creative writing site where people write stories in the term in like the structure of like a government documentation of this government facility, I'm assuming, in the way that it's very cold, it's very calculated, and yeah, it's basically objects of power from Control, but like with different objects, and sometimes it can be a person or a creature or whatever. So the one that he talked about was about a basketball game. Are you guys familiar with this one? I mean, I know this one. There is over like 1,000 or 2,000.
There are about like 4,000 or something on there. It's
so
to read.
He talked about this one, so I want to talk about this story as well, because that's how it got me into like looking at the rest of the site. And also the site has like a top. There's a page on it which lists like the top ranked stories. So I went on there and just started reading the top ones, and they were all amazing. So I highly recommend that. But this one is about a American basketball game, and the object is a digital recording of this game. And as you're reading the entries, and there's like bits that have been censored, and you know, it's got that really like unnerving feeling of something going on. So it describes what the object is, it describes what is on the object. It's a basketball game. But the thing with this with the tape, well, it's a digital recording, is that every time someone watches it, the people in the stadium, the players, the coaches, get deja vu, thinking that they've been to that game before. So every time someone watches the recording, it's like it escalates. So if someone watches it 3 times, everyone in the recording will be like, I've remembered this like twice before. And so for study purposes, there's the entry, and then there's a timeline document attached to the story. So it's structured in like almost like a spreadsheet, where it has playback 002, notable developments, and it will to give a description of what's happening on scene. And the playback loops go up to 112 and then begin to be censored with how many times. And the description for each entry is like what happens on screen as these people relive the same basketball game. I mean, over 112 times, and what happens on screen. And it is really good. For a bit of like short fiction, like horror fiction, I honestly would just not read anything. I don't think I want to talk about anymore, and just read the developments of like what happens to these people in this game. Again, reported on in a very cold, government facility written. I just want to. I'll give you a little tidbit. At one point, a group of people in the video, the description starts calling them the Faith Keepers. So factions start to form. So it's really fucking intense. So I will leave a link in the show notes. I think this is a really spooky story. If you like Control, obviously this whole fucking website would be for you.
I mean, it was a big inspiration for Control, right? The SCP Foundation was like...
I had fucking inspiration. They nicked the whole fucking idea. They nicked the whole fucking idea.
Didn't they, to be honest? Yeah.
They've been very like, I think they've realised that they had to, like, even before the game came out, they were like, yeah, we're huge fans of SCP. Like,
they were, weren't they? I remember that.
They've been very vocal about it.
Which
I was already into this when Control came out, and I was like,
I'm side-eyeing because this, ultimately this, not side-eyeing as in like I distrust it, but side-eyeing as in like, how could they do that? Because this website is not owned by anyone. Like, no one can just directly sue them. It's created by a community of very passionate people, and so when you steal from like a community of people, it's not like they're organized enough, or like, I don't know, I just feel like that is really... See, this is all new information to me. I'm coming in hot now. I'm just a bit like, what the fuck? That is so... Because I hadn't heard about this before, read into it, and I was like, this has got to predate Control. That's fucking wild that they can't be the same. But like, what? The Control is SCP Files the game. I feel like I'm getting aggy about this like 10 years after like everyone else got aggy about it.
It's funny to hear it, because for me this is a very like pre-pandemic concern, and it's
same. I'm like, I remember being really mad about this in like 2018.
So it feels like 100 years ago for me. But my thing, the way I feel about it is, so many games came out pre-pandemic that were just called SCP Foundation.
I mean, there are a lot of indie games that are in this.
Yeah. And
in
they
this
just
creative project
and they
as well.
take the stories wholesale and map them to the game. My thing about Control is they were very honest that it was an inspiration, and really the idea of like government agency dedicated to researching paranormal is a very old concept that predates SCP as well. Like, so I feel like the way that Remedy said it is everything in Remedy's Control is unique. They've made it up themselves.
Well, there's a story in SCP about a structure which they can't take their eyes off, which is directly in Control. That is an object of power, is the refrigerator. And there's that guy who's left looking at it.
Ignore me.
Yeah.
You're right.
yeah. The red fridge is a bit of is the most contentious part.
I understand what you're saying.
Oh, right. I didn't realise that.
But because it's one of the top stories on here, so I read it and I was like,
oh, right, okay.
I was like, Remedy, bitch, what the fuck is this? What is happening?
I do feel like they walked the line a bit on that one of decency and inspiration, but I do think they copped to it quite quickly, and I was like, okay.
I love Control so much, and the reason I loved it was I was out of the loop. I was just like, this is such a cool idea. Yes, government facilities are used a lot, but like the objects, that is so fucking specific.
Yeah.
Like having objects that have these supernatural...
It's a really good point.
So... yeah, I mean, the fridge is, you can totally miss the fridge in Control. You might not even come across it as a storyline, but like...
I didn't realise there was an SCP about the fridge. That's really funny.
Right?
like an object that you can't stare at.
It's not a fridge, it is a structure. Three people have to come in at once, and 2 people have to watch it. So it's not one.
Oh, that's literally the fridge in Control. 2. Okay, right.
I remember that one. There is a red fridge SCP, but it's not the same as the one that people have to look at, I think. So
right.
I'm just a bit like, okay, it's okay for you being like, yeah, we're really influenced by this website, and then nicking one of Control's many incredible highlights wholesale from a creative writer who just...
I didn't realise that. That changes my opinion on it as well.
Oh God, I'm sorry. I feel like I've broken you both in
real time. But this is like why I keep referring to this one as a... By the way, sorry, the basketball entry is SCP-1733. I'm sure there's lots of others, but this is the one of them talked about on Smosh, which I was like, this was my entryway, so maybe it can be for other people. Unless I'm really behind and everyone... I feel like everyone listening to this podcast is going to know about it, but... If not, happy Halloween.
Not necessarily.
But like,
I love that you hadn't heard of it. I think it's an amazing thing.
I know, right? I mean...
And you know what? Yeah. I'll probably cool off at it, but I feel like I'm late, but I'm pissed. I'm kind of pissed at Remedy.
I can see why. Yeah, I can understand why.
Jeff Vandermeer.
I don't think you're wrong to be
Jeff Vandermeer should sue on behalf of SCP Foundation.
Well, that is the interesting... I was going to mention this because...
Does seem like the sort of fella he is.
If you think of SCP and Authority... push those together and you just have Control. Both of those predate Control, so... Right.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely... Control definitely has its own, like, special vibe, and I think that... Yeah, I always felt a little weird about the way that interaction happened, but I'm like, at least they were there, like, oh yeah, we really loved this, and it, like, inspired us to think about how we create this foundation. Not like, you do get some creators who are like, no, I've never heard of that, and you're like, bullshit, come on.
Yeah.
Like...
Well,
I think you are right, though, Rachel.
I'm not happy. I'm still not happy.
Yeah,
I feel hurt.
I can see why.
I feel bad because I've had like 8 years to process this emotion that you're having to do in real time on the podcast. So I'm like, this is...
I feel like I had come to terms with it, and then I feel like you've reignited my like. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe maybe Remedy are bad writers. I'm suddenly remembering that Alan Wake is what they do before that.
I don't know.
Alan Wake 1.
Oh, you're welcome.
Alan Wake 1.
Yeah, I don't want to rant about it too much. I mean, what is there to say? That is a lot of inspiration. Like, that's like a...
Yeah, a little...
Anyway, so, if you want...
I think...
go support SCP!
Yeah, go support SCP, and SCP writers, feel free to rip off a bit of Remedy games every time you write a new a new story.
Rip away. Like, I don't know. I gotta calm down now. I gotta calm down.
I actually don't think I've seen you look so like hurt before. Like, I can really see like this has properly bothered you, but you really did love Control, so I can understand why you feel hurt.
I've written about Control a lot. One of my first magazine gigs was about Control for Xbox Mag ages ago, before it shut down forever. So I don't know. I have a lot of like feelings about it, and I feel like I've talked about like government office horror before. Again, in an article, again for Xbox Mag. I was really into Control, I think. So I feel a bit. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, and you know what it is? It's like hearing everyone else also knew about it and playing Control, and I honestly just being like, wow, how can these like people come up with such an amazing idea? Mate, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
kill your heroes.
I guess like
kill your heroes. Oh my goodness.
I'm a bit hurt. A little bit.
SCP is still quite niche, right? So I guess by making it more mainstream. That is, well, maybe it is really shitty. Yeah, I think you're right. She's right, folks. Born correct, as always.
I don't mind. Okay, we gotta move on. But I don't mind something being inspired. But like, that is the universe that this website has created. Totally, even the way it communicates its story through these documentation. That is literally how you learn of all these things in Control. Like, don't get me wrong, the how you speak to the board is really cool. Yes. I love that. I love the maze is always an amazing, like a really great experience. I love the vibe and the music and everything. But ultimately, the main story of Control and how it's communicated to the player is this website. It is this website. Even the redacted stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm in my feels. I'm just going to keep reading SCP and just spreading their good stories, even though maybe, I don't know. Anyway.
Have you considered that SCP-1247 is a man who perceives all animals he sees as the actor Shia LaBeouf?
What?
Wait, what? Which number is it? 1247.
1427.
1247.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Work with that, Remedy. Go, actually, if you want to get Shia LaBeouf in for a Control DLC.
And Shia will do it. He's all up for like...
He will do it.
What was it? Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
I was about to say, that's just
so
like...
much.
Wow, that's just like
that.
Hit me like I forgot about actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
Actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
That's one of the many things that's in my head just on rotation.
Yeah. Quiet.
Every few days. Just yeah.
But wait, he isn't dead. Shia's surprise.
Shia's surprise. Incredible.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, enough of okay. Oh, I don't know how to continue. Who's next? Let's move on from this discovery.
I can go next because mine is so far removed from what we've just spoken about there as a concept in general.
Palate cleanser.
I love that, by the way. You discovering SCP, incredible. You being heartbroken by the discovery of SCP, incredible. Yeah, just I'm gonna throw my copy of Control in the bin after this in solidarity with the creators of SCP. I went to see a movie last week, and it was good.
Again.
It's called Good Fortune. Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh yes, I have. Yeah.
It's by Aziz Ansari, who did he was Tom in Parks and Rec, and he did a Netflix show called his show was called Master of None, and then he's written and also directed Good Fortune. It's him, Seth Rogen, and Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves plays the angel Gabriel, and Gabriel is the angel of texting and driving. So his whole job is to sit in the back of cars, and when someone is looking at their phone and about to hit a car, he intervenes and stops them from crashing. But he finds Aziz Ansari, who is a gig economy worker who is barely making enough to get by. He's living out of his car, and takes pity on him. And Aziz starts to work for Seth Rogen, who is a billionaire, who is one of these ludicrously rich people who didn't like own a company. He's just like an investor. He's just like one of these like people who just owns an investment firm. And Keanu Reeves appears to Aziz Ansari and says, your life is going terribly. Like, let's try and make you happier and actually appreciate what you've got. And Aziz Ansari is like, well, I'm never going to be that happy because I'm not the Seth Rogen character, right? Like, I don't have money. And Keanu Reeves is like, you think having money would make you happy? He's like, yeah. So he swaps their lives around. And then Aziz Ansari becomes the very rich man. Seth Rogen becomes a gig economy worker. And then this is like the first 20 minutes of the movie. And then Keanu Reeves is like, see? Has money made you happy? And he's like, yeah, it solved all my problems. And then the rest of the movie is basically Aziz Ansari refuses to give Seth Rogen's life back. And this is like I'd say this is like a 2-star head movie, but like a 4-star heart. I really enjoyed it. It's Aziz Ansari is very good at writing like clunky comedy in a way that I find very appealing. It's very unnatural sometimes in the way that people talk. It like a bit like how Wes Anderson has like a certain way of delivering dialogue in his movies. I think this had a very unique style. But Keanu Reeves is Keanu Reeves. He's classic, doing his thing. Come on, girl, give us nothing. But he's very well suited to the role, and he has some really funny comedic turns in it. Seth Rogen's in this interesting new place in his career where
what is happening with him? Love him.
I feel like he was known for a long time as just he's playing one guy, and that guy was Seth Rogen, and now he's still playing one guy, and that guy is Seth Rogen, but it's a slightly more adult version of himself. And I feel like Seth Rogen in The Studio, which I know that you enjoyed early this year as well, Rachel.
Yes, on your recommendation.
Very similar. I love that show. A very similar performance in this movie too, but it's good. I enjoyed it. A fun little hang. Lots of good laughs out of the audience when we're in the cinema, and it's like a tight 86 minutes.
Love
as well.
that.
Oh, lovely.
Just
love
the best.
that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a perfect Christmas movie. Like, I feel
Honestly,
like this is a good recommendation coming up to Christmas for people.
If it's on streaming, I think if you can watch Good Fortune, you'll enjoy it. It was fine.
Fine.
But I enjoyed it a lot.
I love the 2-star head pick, 4-star heartbreak. That's so true. That's so real.
Yeah.
Not even 5-star heart, 4-star heart.
Still 4-star.
Not a 5-star. Absolutely not.
Not a 5-star in the feels, but a 4-star in the feels.
Yeah, in the feels.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
Nice. You've been seeing so many movies, girl. You've been going to cinema a lot.
Yeah. Not real cinemas. Like, I went to see Scream in like a restaurant on Friday.
Was it in a restaurant?
That sounded so cool.
Yeah, that does sound really cool.
Yeah, so they brought out like courses when things were happening.
That's fun.
My God.
Yeah.
Like
so
what?
when
people are getting stabbed to death? Love that.
Yeah. So the first course was when the first drink, I'll tell you the first 2 courses. The first drink you got was when Drew Barrymore in the first bit of that movie.
Yes, yeah.
She's making popcorn on the stove, right? And it's one of those classic American ones where it like bubbles up. Mm-hmm. So it was a glass with a bit of tin foil over the top, like the popcorn thing, with some popcorn on top, like paprika popcorn, and then like a bloody like sweet cocktail inside. And then the first food course was when the boyfriend is revealed in the back of the patio and his guts are out. It was a ragu, so like a beef ragu, but they had it in they had it in a really tight pot. So when you dug in and got the beef ragu out and lifted up your fork, all of the spaghetti came out like intestines.
That is cool and also disgusting. That is incredible.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, you just delivered this information to a vegetarian and a vegan. I feel like our responses
good point. Wow. Yeah. But well, in that case, the 3 courses you got that were food were that. The second one was like rib burger, so it's just like pork ribs again when someone was killed. And the third one, which was the grimmest one, which is when the main character loses her virginity towards the end of the movie, it was like a pop. It was called like Pop Your Cherry, and it was like,
of course it was,
ice cream on like a donut, but the ice cream was molded to look a little bit like a vagina. It was so cursed. But,
I would love that.
We had a fun night. Yeah, it was good crack.
Incredible. Wow.
It does sound really fun.
Yeah.
So fun.
Would recommend. Eat flicks in Newcastle. That's my second type of fixation, I guess.
Yeah.
That does sound awesome.
That sounds fun.
Oh, also, very, very minor, but seeing as though this is the last episode of recording before I get married, the amount of people that talk about consummating your marriage before you get married is ridiculous. I cannot tell you how many people are asking me about when I'm going to shag my future wife, and it's so
people
ridiculous.
Ask you that?
So many people are talking about consummating. And when I say people, I mainly mean Yolly, and the answer is never. No, a lot of people just suddenly think it's immediately very funny to be like, and when you're gonna consummate? It's like, I've been together 11 years.
What the fuck?
Shut up. Yeah.
God.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's grim. That's grim concept.
When I thought earlier about is there a way I can make this humorous, I tried to think, is there anything I can do with much ado about nothing, much ado about nutting? Is there anything to that maybe? But I couldn't quite think of Rachel has a head in her hands.
That's kind of already the pun, Shakespeare Nerd Alert. Is
it?
Oh, is it?
In a roundabout sort of way. So, like, much ado about nothing, there's loads of puns in that title, and one of them is that, like, nothing was apparently, like, partially, like, a slang term for, not having a penis, therefore, and so, because it's all about, like, Hero's virginity and whether she's lost her virginity or not before she got married, and therefore part of the pun to contemporary audiences would probably have been an understanding that was, like, a bit of a risque joke.
He's done it again. William Shakespeare's done it again. Oh, Billy.
William Shakespeare pun jump scare.
I thought you were going to be like, oh yeah, nutting is a Shakespearean term, like bubble. He invented bubble and he invented nutting.
Oh.
I mean, he might have done. I don't know that one, though. If he did, I don't know it.
Right, we're moving on. Rebecca, what's your hyperfixation?
Yeah, sorry.
Well, that bit's getting cut.
Like, apparently it's being nerdy about Shakespeare, even though I haven't been in English class in, like, 20 years.
Hell yeah.
So I've been playing for work, but also for my own enjoyment, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and I do want to talk about it some, because I've been... Okay, so people may or may not know, depending on where they know me from in, my past as a games journalist, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, possibly my favourite game ever, definitely... When people say, what's your favourite game of all time, it's one of the two that I'm inclined to reach for, the other being Sims 2. And yeah, it's 21 years since the original game came out.
Oh.
I am old enough to have played it, although I shouldn't have done when it came out. But so I do have that whole like long relationship. I was 14 when it came out, and I do have that whole long relationship with it. And yeah, it's taken a really long time. The sequel got announced in 2019, but it went through a lot of trouble behind the scenes.
Oh, really?
The original version that was allegedly ready to ship like a year after announcement got delayed. Eventually, it was taken away entirely from the original dev studio, given to the Chinese room eventually as the who rebuilt it from the ground up. And like, this is not a good circumstance to be in, I think, for launching this very, very anticipated, long-awaited sequel to a very popular cult hit game. And it's launched now, and it's not doing super well in reviews, it's got to be said. In fact, I was looking at Metacritic yesterday. It is right down near the bottom of Metacritic's 2025, although it's mainly because so many things have got like a 90-odd on Metacritic this year.
Oh,
it's
really?
been a wild year. A few people really hating your game, and you are right down there in the 300s. It's not a good. It's not a good time. But I would like to throw in my 2 cents. As someone who loves the original, I'm having a pretty good time with it. Like,
nice.
It's a fun game. It's not. It is and it isn't Bloodlines 2 in like the sense of. When I looked at it and I saw that they'd done it very like immersive sim style, they talk about Dishonored, which obviously is another game that I love, as like one of the main inspirations. You're like, okay, but in what way is it Bloodlines 2? And like the answer kind of is they've somehow kind of nailed it, but in all the bad ways as well as all the good ways. Like Bloodlines 1 being famously janky, like combat is just terrible in this game, and like a lot of the logic is just weird and broken and like hard. But there's, I don't know, it's got that lovely 7 out of 10ness to it all the same. That's just one comparison that I saw that kind of clicked for me why I was enjoying it so much is a lot of people were saying, oh, it reminds me of Ghostwire Tokyo. And I, one of the dozen people worldwide who genuinely loved Ghostwire Tokyo, was like, this reminds me of Ghostwire Tokyo. Just in, like, the way you explore the city and the way that you interact with the other characters feels very Ghostwire. And I'm like, so maybe that in my brain is like plugging a bit of a gap for where it's not really. But, at the same time, it's like, when there's been a 21-year gap between games in a series, you kind of expect a little bit more embellishment on the core of it, and I get why people don't like it, but I do like it, if that makes sense. It's like, I do think that this needed to be another Baldur's Gate 3, and it was never going to be, but it needed to be if people were going to love it. And yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 has already demonstrated how you do that, and I just think it's like, this was always a bit of a losing battle for the Chinese room in particular, and I wonder if we'll ever know what happened with Hardsuit Labs and why their, like, by all accounts, complete version was completely scrapped and rebuilt. But in terms of, like, just wandering around a snowstorm in Seattle, being a vampire, talking to other vampires, kind of like inhabiting this world, and like the characters are fun, and like it's really funny because they've so clearly looked at Cyberpunk 2077 and gone, you need the main character to have another character in their head who is by far the more interesting and charismatic of the two characters. And so, like, you do have this other vampire who is, because you play as an elder vampire who's been asleep since the 1920s, basically. You wake up and there is this other vampire in your head who is like a 1920s noir detective who, like, fills you in, like, 100 years in between. And then you get, every time your character goes to sleep, he, like, wakes up and relives his memories of this murder case in the 1920s that is related to the modern day.
That's
and, like,
great.
It's really, that whole thing is really, like, forget about wanting Bloodlines 1 but better and just focus on that. And I'm like, that's so cool. Like, I'm really enjoying that aspect of it particularly. I'm invested in the mystery. The characters are pretty likable. I mean, like, it's the Chinese room. People were sort of like laying into them, like, it's the Chinese room. Of course they wrote good characters and a good narrative. Like, that's the one thing that they absolutely were going to do. And in my opinion, they did a good job. They didn't. The places where they've attempted to kind of like retain the edgy humor of the 2004 game, you know, when you're like, how do you write Grand Theft Auto now because it's got this kind of like, it falls a bit flat when they try and do that. But when they just lean into what the Chinese room do well and create an interesting character that you can just engage with for a bit and, like, you know, learn their story and engage with their world and find out how they contribute to the wider world building, it's cool. There's a lot going for it. It's maybe a 6 out of 10, I would say, but I'm still, you know,
demoted.
A 6 to a 7 is still pretty, like, in a rational world. A 6 out of 10 game, you would wait until the sale and then you would play the hell out of it, and that would be. I mean, like, I can't defend the combat. It's so bad, but then so is the combat in Bloodlines 1. It's like a tradition at this point. So
they didn't improve it or didn't change it. They just kind of kept it the same.
It's a totally different kind of terrible, and it's really impressive that they've, like, really.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not an RPG. Like, even though it's billed as an RPG, I've heard a lot of people say it's not. It's not an RPG whatsoever.
It's really not. It's more of a sort of action, like, action adventure game, which is fun. I like action adventure. I'm not mad because it's an action adventure game.
Yeah.
I think I'll always be a little bit sad because the original treatment looked like a way more like involved and invested in the, you know, sequel in terms of the original. It was, like, more in conversation with the original. It was more like, how do we update the precise mechanics and the precise atmosphere of the original to this setting and this time. And I'm sad that didn't happen, but I'm not mad that this game exists because I'm also enjoying this game, you know. And, like, it doesn't feel Bloodlinesy all the time, but, like I say, in some weird ways it does, just because of how odd it is in places, and it feels odd in a very Bloodlinesy way, which is maybe not the best compliment, but
well, I just think there was no way that this was ever going to come out and be a masterpiece. Like, the fact they've managed to ship it is incredible, because, like you said, like, the first trailer for that first version came out in, like, 2019, and then didn't they, like, cancel all pre-orders, like, last second?
Yes.
And they're like, it's no longer coming out. We've parted ways with the developer. And then, like, 2 years later or something, like, everyone assumed it was dead in the water. And then they're like, we've given it to the Chinese room. Like, I can't wait for the post-mortem of this game to come out when people can finally say, Like, what did the Chinese room get? Like, what did they inherit, and how did they adapt it into what's
what state was it in?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
like I would love to know the history.
Scratch.
Like, the history of it would be fascinating. I kind of hope that I do get to find that out sometime, just for its own sake. It's just, it is, you know, I'm sure that there's a lot of, you know, unpleasantness probably going on behind the scenes to get it to that point. Like, I can't imagine how it's a nice story. But at the same time, I think it would be interesting to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I would say, as someone who loved the original, maybe I'm just not the sort of person who will ever look at something and go, this has in any way changed my relationship with the original. You know, it's like, that's still there. I still love that. This is pretty good fun. It might grow on me. I might forget about it.
Yeah.
But minute to minute, just whack the difficulty right down, punch everyone in the neck and get through the stories, because it's like, you know.
Absolutely. Oh, love playing games like that.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you're enjoying it. You're like the one person I wanted to actually like this game. Like, it was for you, and if you like it, then mission accomplished, right?
Yeah, if there was one person, it was for you.
Yeah. Like I say, I think it's the weird intersection of Bloodlines 1 and Ghostwire that's really, really got me hooked. But, you know, if you're the other person out there who statistically falls in the middle of that Venn diagram, then give it a go, yeah. Wait for a sale. Even I'm going to say wait for a sale, because it's like, it's so expensive. Like, I know that they bundled a lot of the planned DLC in with the base game because enough people were
I forgot that was a thing.
You know, Paradox have not made good choices marketing this game, but if you like the Chinese room and you like a bit of action adventure with a vaguely spooky vibe, and you like Vampire the Masquerade, although not necessarily, like, there's more to Vampire the Masquerade than just Bloodlines. It didn't need to be Bloodlines 2, but it is pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Well, there we go. That's our hyperfixations all rounded up. Just like we said at the top of the episode, this one will come out, then we're missing an episode, but there will be an extra episode, and then we'll be back again every 2 weeks up until the end of the year. So look forward to all of that. Crap. I know, it's insane. But yeah, thanks again for listening. Hope you found something in all those games you mentioned that you can wishlist or play next. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Indieventure is a video games podcast created, produced, hosted, and edited by Rachel Watts, Rebecca Jones, and me, Liam Richardson. For more information, including a list of every game we mentioned in this episode, make sure to check out our website, indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can get in touch by sending your questions, comments, and feedback to contact@indieventurepodcast.co.uk. You can support the show by rating us 5 stars and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or your preferred podcast provider of choice. Some of the games we talk about on the show may have been provided to us for free for review consideration. Our intro music and stings were composed for us by Ollie Newbury. Check the episode description to hear more of his excellent tunes. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks for another episode of Indieventure. Bye for now.